English is the most frequently used foreign language in all corners of the world. That is why it is very important to be able to master English in order to compete and survive anywhere. However, English learning is often hampered because of the difficulty of distinguishing some terms in English grammar that are considered confusing. The important thing to learn in English is the form of verbs in accordance with the time. If you can master it, it will be easy to master English. But actually, before starting to learn it, there are some things that are often missed learning. Better yet, before starting to learn the time period of verbs in English, learn first how to form sentences. In English, when talking about predicates in sentences, there are two known groups, namely verbal sentences and nominal sentences. One thing that is often felt difficult to distinguish is the difference between verbal sentences and these nominal sentences. Even so, after knowing the definitions and uses of each term, it will definitely be able to distinguish them more easily. For more details, the following is a more complete explanation of the differences between verbal and nominal sentences. Verbal sentences are sentences in English that have the predicate verb or verb, in the sense that what explains the subject is the verb. For example, here are a number of verbal sentences in English. She runs to the school because she was late. I listen to the radio almost every day. He studies very hard every day for final exams. We watched that movie together at the cinema. When looked deeper, verbal sentences are divided into three different types. There are positive verbal sentences, which are often also referred to as affirmative sentences. Generally, these sentences are used to describe events or actions. Then there are negative verbal sentences, which generally only add do, does, did not before the verb. Then finally there are interrogative verbal sentences that are formed by putting do, does, did at the beginning of a sentence. For more details, here are some examples of these three types of verbal sentences. They go to the school by bus. I helped my mother in the kitchen almost every day. He took some pictures of us in this very same spot. They don't go to the school by bus. A nominal sentence is a sentence that has a predicate that is not a verb or verb, but a predicate in the form of nouns, adjectives, or adverbs. Then later in nominal sentences will definitely use the verb to be adjusted to the shape of the period and the subject. For more details, here are some examples of nominal sentences in English and their translations. She is the smartest student in this class. They are all beautiful in their own way. You were the best boyfriend that I've ever had. Just like verbal sentences, nominal sentences also have several types. There is a positive nominal sentence, which is also called an affirmative sentence. This sentence is usually used to describe the situation, position or level. Then there is a negative nominal sentence, which is usually formed only by adding notes in front of the noun or noun. Finally, there is the interrogative nominal sentence formed by placing the verb to be at the beginning of the sentence. For more details, here are a number of examples of nominal sentences in their respective forms. Eliza is the most beautiful girl in our family. They are students from the neighboring elementary school. I am the tallest person in this room. Eliza is not the most beautiful girl in our family. That is his complete explanation of the differences in verbal sentences and nominal sentences in English, along with examples. Hopefully it can help you in using English more fluently every day.